Hello Pisces, welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm super excited to have you guys here. We are going to dive right into your reading today. Just keep in mind it is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? For Pisces today, please Spirit, what do we have for Pisces? Guys, this eclipse energy is just, I don't know, I feel like it's messing with me. It's just so intense. For Pisces, for Pisces. Wow, Pisces. I mean, holy crap. You guys keep getting these messages about balance and abundance, everything always works out in the end. We just have to trust it. Sometimes it feels like everything is against us, and sometimes it feels like everything is for us. And life is a careful balance of both things, and both things have light in them and both things have dark in them. And these are things that we just need to remember and keep in mind. And some of you may be seeing signs of synchronicities. I'm getting that around these feathers right here and this fairy or angel. I'm not sure. Let me show her to you. She is wearing a red dress. There are other fairies in the picture, but this one is getting my attention. Okay, so let's see. I would like to know more about this abundance. For sure. I'm sure you would too. All right, here we go. For Pisces. What do we have? Guys, I'm having a real pink moment today. Pink feels very relaxing and soothing to me right in this second. I can't say that I'm a real girly girl pink kind of. Look at this. Guys, look at this. Okay. All right. Whew, I feel like I'm getting a very specific message. Actually, let me just dive into these really fast to see if they confirm the message that I feel I'm getting, which is just that, okay, this is so specific, but sometimes when we meet someone, we may not hit it off right away, or there might not be butterflies and rainbows and sparklers and fireworks and all of that right away. In fact, Buddha says that when you meet your soulmate or when you meet the person that you're supposed to be with, you don't go weak in the knees. You don't feel all those things. And I don't know if that is what this is about, but there's something here where I'm feeling apathetic or even like, I don't know, I kind of don't think so. And I'm getting here, it may even be like they're very different from me, or like I don't think we're on the same page, or I'm not really totally sure what this is, but I am getting the feeling of nerves, like I don't know why, but sometimes, when people get nervous, they talk in a higher register part of their voice, or like their voice changes even. It's something that you may not realize or recognize with someone that you don't know well. Like if you just met this person, you may not realize that that they're nervous, and so they're in a higher octave in their voice pitch or something. Or even, sometimes it's like, as much as we want to be authentic and really show up and be present in a moment, sometimes like our reaction to other people can really throw us off. And I'm getting like with soul recognition, this happens a lot. So anyway, let me, okay. So this is someone, who they are not unscathed, and they're not coming to the table clean and pure and driven as the snow, completely naive, have never been heartbroken. They've definitely been through something here. This is why they are, they've had to really talk themselves up to even like try to have this conversation with you, or to come forward or something, or to, to even, I'm getting like, feel like they have a chance with you, Pisces. So, okay, I'm getting that there's a lot of potential in this relationship, and there's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of untapped potential, abundance underneath the surface here. You know how, I don't know if you know, let me see if I have one sitting right here. I mean, probably I do. Oh yeah, here, this is a good thing. Well, I don't know if this is a good thing. This really might not be a good thing. Oh, you guys, bear with me. So, you know, okay, like here's one, okay? This is a slice of a geode. So inside the rock, like the outside of the rock, I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like crap. It just looks like some random ugly rock. But when you cut it open or when you slice it, there are all these crystals and it's actually pretty beautiful, right? And this abundance card in combination with all of this is giving me this energy of something like that might not be what it appears to be, or it might just feel very everyday or very run-of-the-mill or very, oh, been there, done that a million times. But if you allow it to deepen, if you sit with it, if you kind of give it a chance and you just stay fully present and possibly even a little kind honesty. Oh, this is making me feel, you know, Rumi has that quote that is, before something passes through your mouth, let it pass through 3 gates. Is it necessary? Is it true? And is it kind? You know, sometimes we would rather not be confrontational, or we would rather not have difficult conversations with people, especially people that we don't really see in our lives for the long term. It's like, why would I put myself or you through that when, you know, this is probably just a passing glance, and, you know, it's just not worth that kind of investment of having the awkward conversation or feeling that difficulty. But I'm getting about this situation, it's like, it may just be like saying to this person, oh gosh, how do I want to say it? I don't even know how I want to say it, but because I'm trying to think, you know, sometimes people, we have a mask that we wear and it's really to cover up insecurities. And what I'm seeing is this person, I feel like they were in a very serious relationship. It felt like this person may have thought that the person they were in a relationship with was their person. This is heavy duty baggage that this person is carrying. And it's something to where they're having a hard time getting free of it. You may be the first person that has actually made them feel like they want to get rid of this baggage, or like it's necessary for them to get rid of this baggage, or that it could be worth it to get rid of the baggage. I don't know. And it feels like they have such this intense sense of loss, or of, you know, it almost feels like shock that like someone could leave you like that, or you know, a very rude awakening or a very harsh tower moment this person experienced. And so I feel like they have this wound of, you know, abandonment that they are, I want to say that they want to heal it, but I can't really say that because not everybody wants to heal. I feel like this person is super also physically attracted to you, which I feel like also kind of makes it worse. Like they're really self-conscious. You know, it's like, I feel the thing of like them saying something and then being like, oh, that was so stupid. Like, why did you say that? Or why did you say it like that? Or do you, you know, I feel this like real-time self-criticism happening in this conversation. And on the other side of it, I can only imagine what it looks like. I can feel what it feels like for this person, but like for you, Pisces, you're probably thinking, oh wow, this is a really awkward conversation. Like I can't wait to get out of it and not talk to this person again. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's so weird, or I don't want to say weird. I don't like using words like that, but it's just, it's uncomfortable. You are an empath probably, and so you tap into the energy and you can feel this person's discomfort in their own skin in this moment. And so of course you're gonna be like, ugh, like I don't want to, like, you know, continue to like to feel, to like, be exposed to this or to experience this either, just the same way they don't. But it's for them, it's like they know I've got to get past this. I can't get to where I want to be. I can't have what I want unless I get through this. For you, you're like, how fast can I get out of here? Like, how fast can this kind of be over? But it's showing me that, like, if you really sit with it and you really give it a chance, you might change your mind about this person. Or, because what does it really say about this person that they're having this moment, right? It probably means that they are also a deep feeler, a deep experiencer of life, and that they, when they were abandoned, when they were heartbroken, when they were suffering, they sat with the suffering. And to a certain extent, they may still be sitting with the suffering. I feel as though this person is getting toward the end of a cycle, but they haven't quite closed it up yet. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting like 8, 9 energy here. So I don't know if 8s or 9s are significant, but for me, that just means like we're nearing the end of this cycle, right? And it's kind of that energy of being like completely self-entrapped and then saying, okay, you know what? I'm just scared. I'm going to have to face this fear in order to have what I want. And so I'm going to try. And this may even be their first attempt at trying. You may be the first person that has come into their life that they thought, okay, this could be worth it. This could be worth a shot. And so I feel like, if you're honest with them, they'll be honest with you. If you say to them, I don't know, like, I don't know, oh, that's really unfortunate or whatever, like, if you just point out something, I feel like in a really kind way or like in a non-judgmental way and like allow this person to say, yeah, this is kind of a hard moment for me or whatever, like admit their truth. I feel like it could actually benefit something here. Like, I feel like it could actually sort of bridge some kind of gap that in other relationships would take weeks or a month and a half or 2 months for something to come up that would be this kind of opportunity. It's sort of like with this relationship, I'm feeling like we can get all the awkward, yucky moments out of the way before we even, start kind of talking about being anything, like being a we, and it's not like all the awkward moments, because awkward moments always come up, but it's kind of like, all the things that can make you really anxious. It feels like they're coming out in the first 5 minutes of this relationship. And that's a metaphor. It's not really the first 5 minutes of the relationship, but it feels like it's coming out maybe even pre-relationship or before anything can even really get started. And it's sort of like there's almost possibly for some people a realization that like, wow, we just, have gotten a lot of these really difficult things out of the way, and now, and we survived it, we got through it, maybe there is something to this. Because I feel like this magical mindset for the other person, it's giving me this vibe of like kind of trying to talk themselves up and being like, yeah, you got this, yeah, you can do this. I even feel like this person has people around them that is like, yes, you can do this, you know what I mean? Because they don't want this person to be sad and alone anymore and stuck in their feelings and stuck with this baggage forever. I do feel like this person is loved, like they do have people around them that care for them. But it feels like, and actually what I got there was like, and for some of them, it may not even be like a real strong like friend or family base, but like even it's like their coworkers people do not want this person to be in their feels anymore because it's heavy for everyone around them. Like, I feel like this person's energy sort of like affects people. But for you, it's an energy of seeing a diamond in the rough. This isn't a project person. This person does not need a mother. or a father or anything like that. It's not a Mr. Fix-It, Mrs. Fix-It project. They are more than willing to do the work on their own, and they have done the work. They just haven't released the weight, the heaviness, the burden. But I think you know, something new is coming into their life that is forcing them to kind of have to let that go to make space for what is new. And it's like they're realizing this, they're aware of it, they know it. That's why they're putting themselves out there. But I do get a super self-conscious, like ready to run and hide kind of feeling. This isn't avoidant. This isn't like giant red flag, neon lights, none of that. This is just someone trying to set the burdens down so that they can start something new. And I feel like they have struggled to find something that made it worth it for them to put the burdens down, or that like sort of was like a hard boundary of like, you have to put them down so that you can enter this point that this person cared about or wanted to, or was enough of a motivation for them to do it. But I think you're showing up as that for them. All right, let's dive in. You know what this is reminding me of? That reading that we did, I don't know, a couple of days ago maybe, where it said reconsider no. There was like a no card, and then on the bottom of the deck it said reconsider. It's like reminding me of that energy right here. Like maybe your inclination is just like, oh God, get me out of here. But it feels like that's not really who this person is. It's just who they are in that moment because of other circumstances surrounding the situation. Wow, so you have the 10 of Cups. Yes, you have the 4 of Cups. And you have the Devil. This person's been disappointed, and it looks like they were disappointed by a past toxic person. You see this guy's face, see how downtrodden he is. You know, it's like whatever, like people around this person are happy. They're, I just heard the word gay, so I don't know, take it as it resonates, but they're very happy people around this person, and they all want this person to be happy. And this person is just like, I'm trying, you know what I mean? I'm trying. I feel like they were in a really toxic situation that really messed with them. I feel like they may have been in a situation with someone who triangulated them a lot. This person is really looking for a 10 of Cups. This person really wants to be in a relationship. And I think they felt they had met their match. And I just feel like this person, they didn't see it coming. Even when they were living in the situation, they couldn't, see, that's exactly what it's saying. Oh, this is like hurting my heart for this person. You know, they were in like an unrequited situation. I feel like, you know, they themselves were capable of giving a lot. They were solid, they were stable. They brought their best energy to the table with this person, and this person manipulated them. You know, instead of nurturing the connection, they may have nurtured, you know, situations outside the connection. But the point is, they weren't the one. They weren't this person's match. It wasn't meant to be. And it's like, I think this person has had to really come to realize that, or has had to like have this awakening. But you know, when you see someone in one way for so long and you can't see it another way, it's really hard to like let that go. You know, we've all kind of had situations like that, whether it's work or relationships or friendships or whatever, where it's just kind of like, oh man, you know, I really thought that we were going to be friends for life, or that, you know, this career choice was like everything. It's like choosing social work because you want to make the world a better place, and then realizing how fucking sad the world is, and how really, oh my God, uncared for children are in this world. and, you know, becoming overwhelmed by the helplessness and the bigness of the problem. And, you know, it's like that. You know, it's like, oh, you go into it just with all the best intentions and with all the best energy, ready to invest, ready to show up, ready to do it. And then what you find is that, wow, there's just, you cannot fix it. You might be able to make a dent, and some days you might feel like you are making a dent, but like you cannot change something by yourself. You know what I mean? You don't have the power to, you know, make the Queen of Pentacles upright instead of in reverse. Like, they have to choose that for themselves. And so it can be really overwhelming. And I feel like this person, they kept trying. They kept thinking, I'm solid enough. I'm stable enough. I have enough to give. I have enough to bring to this situation. But the universe does not support imbalances. And, you know, this balance energy is really coming up a lot. And, you know, it feels like, Pisces, you have put a lot of good energy and a lot of good intentions out into the universe, and you haven't gotten a lot in the way of reward coming back. At least not the enjoyable kind. You know, you may have gotten the lessons and the, you know, spiritual growth and the, you know, the tough stuff, the hard stuff. But as far as just like being able to sit back, kick back, and enjoy and like be the star, be the sun, you know, it's like it's been elusive, I feel like, for you. And so here it is. Possibly now, this is the moment when you it's your turn. It's definitely your turn. Honey bucket. No way, ma'am. No way, girlfriend. No, my ladybug. Bhakti. Oh, honey. These two, both of them talk. I don't know if you can hear them, but... Oh, I hear you, honey. I hear you. Oh, wow. Yeah. So enter King of Cups, Four of Wands, 10 of Cups again on the bottom of the deck. Pisces, I feel like you have someone coming in. I see this King of Cups. This is someone with a big heart. I think this is someone who, you know, when you give something your best, when you show up and you're all in and you give it everything you have, and it doesn't work out, and as hard as you try and as much as you invest, you can't fix the other person. You can't make it work. There is something that does to you where, you know, in the form of self-doubt. And even if you work through it eventually and go, it wasn't me, it was them. It's not a reflection of me and the love that I can give. It's a reflection of them and their ability to receive it and respond to it and to show up for themselves and me and the relationship. And, you know, you go through a lot of processing, right? And I see here with this King of Cups and this Four of Wands energy that, like, this is someone who they have serious intentions, and I think that they do bring their best to the table. I think that, you know, with this King of Pentacles energy on the bottom of the deck and then the King of Cups showing up here, I think this person does have a lot to offer, but they may be in a little bit of an energy of kind of doubting themselves, or, you know, just, it can, you know, it's like, I don't know. I was a swimmer when I was a kid, and I remember I swam the back crawl, and when, like, I was pretty good, and I would usually win. I would usually get a ribbon, you know, like at our next practice and everything, they would hand out ribbons, and I would almost always get one. And the couple of times that I didn't, I would know that I obviously did not win. And it would really shake me up. I would think, oh man, I lost it. Oh man, everyone else got faster and I got slower. You know, it like messes with your head, but I would keep getting out there. Like, my dad was like, you're not quitting. And so I would keep getting back out there. I'd keep getting in the pool and I'd keep giving it everything I had. But when everything I had wasn't enough for me to get a ribbon, it was, you know, I was just like blown away, you know, and it took a while for me to like move past it to the place that I believed in myself again. And so frequently how that would show up on is like the gun would go off and I'd be like, oh, the gun went off, and then start racing, you know, like I would be wobbly and shaky in my race. I wouldn't be as focused. I wouldn't be as much myself in the water as I normally was, if that makes sense. And I just feel like this energy that I'm getting from this King of Cups and this King of Pentacles energy. It's like this person is legit. This person is solid and stable. This person can process their own emotions. You know, this person is mature. They can show up. But it's like, I feel like there's something here where they come across a little bit off. You have this invitation on this Four of Wands. And so I do feel it's like this person's intention, if they haven't asked you out or they haven't asked you to go somewhere or do something, you know, I think it's their intention. They may be nervous. If this is someone that you see sort of regularly, it may be one of those things where it's like, you feel like they want to say something and they don't, or maybe you don't want them to ask, and so you sort of avoid it. You avoid receiving it. What is this? It's this energy of, and maybe, you know, too, I'm also getting Pisces. Wow. There's this energy with this abandonment where, you know, this can also be reflective of you, where, you know, maybe you have dealt with people who haven't actually showed up or haven't actually had the capacity to show up. And, you know, sometimes we attract emotionally unavailable people, or we attract people who don't have serious intentions. And why is that, right? When we look at it, it's like, well, maybe I have a fear of intimacy that I haven't quite totally faced. Or maybe I, you know, have kind of given up my magical mindset where I kind of think that someone is actually capable of showing up. And so then when someone actually shows up, it sort of feels a little off-putting. It can sort of throw you off balance a little bit and make you feel kind of like you're on your heels. Like, wait a minute, well, maybe this is what I want, but maybe not with this person, and maybe da-da-da-da, because you're scrambling to get out of it. I don't know. I'm getting that too. But here it is. We have the Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Like, it doesn't get a hell of a lot more serious than that. This is like someone who is really, they are capable of emotional processing, and like they're a master. So they can have emotional contentment with you. They can show up. With the Four of Wands, they have serious intentions. This person may even feel like they manifested you into an existence. You see how he's got this like cane in his hand? That's like a wand. That's like, you know, a tool of manifestation. This person might also get attention from other people, which might also be a little bit off-putting. You might feel like this person is a bit of a player, or it would just be messy or complicated, I feel, trying to get with someone like this. But you, with this Four of Wands, I feel like you manifested them too, or you were manifesting. I'm getting like someone that took you out, someone that you could get dressed up for, someone that noticed that you smelled good, that you looked good, that like I'm getting, it's like I want someone who sees me, who appreciates me, who appreciates the efforts that I go to be prepared when I show up. Let me see. King of Cups. Wow. Wow. Yes. So they're finally showing up and you're like, no. Five of Wands, like, you're blocking it. Or this can even be energetically, like, that you're just, like, giving them the vibe that you're not interested. I almost feel this excuse, like, yeah, a little bit of an excuse energy, a little bit of a, like, there's too many people interested in this person. Like, I don't need to get myself in a messy situation like that. This person, like, they're not very sure of themselves, which really isn't them not being sure of themselves. It's them being nervous to talk to you. You know, I feel with the King of Cups and the Star card, this person knows exactly what they want. I think they've been alone for a while. I think they have been in hermit mode, looking at the star and the lantern, asking themselves, you know, like, what do I want? You've got the Star and the Sun card here coming out together. This is like a huge positive omen. Whenever you get the Star and the Sun, especially like boom, like this, like 3 cards are showing from that deck, and it's the Star and the Sun card. This is like really intense clarity, healing, happiness, joy, wish fulfillment, optimism, hopefulness. You know, this is like a life-changing moment of, you know, abundance, like goodness. And it's faded. It was written before you were ever here, you know? And so it's like, I feel this King of Cups is sort of acknowledging it, and he's sort of like, man, I don't know if I'm ready or not, but I'm stepping up to the plate. I'm going to try this. I think they're coming across a little bit off because of it. I think it's mainly because they're scared, or like nerves or something, or, you know, they just haven't done it in a long time. And the last time they did it, they didn't succeed. And I don't think they've completely come to terms with, I gave it my best and my best wasn't enough. And like, you know, I'm just not sure that they fully believe in themselves yet again. And I'm saying yet, like, not as if they won't, but as if they don't at this moment, which is completely understandable. But I feel like with the 4 of Wands and the 5 of Wands here, it's kind of like, now you have this chance at kind of like what you wanted and what you manifested, and you're sort of giving this energy of block, you know, to it, of like, I don't know that I'm open to this, or I don't know if I'm open to it like in this form or in this moment, or, and it feels like I'm getting the energy of like, how do I want to say, like grasping at straws or something, or like, and it, you know, I just got this. Some of you may still be hung up on a past person. And so no matter what, when someone comes into your life, you kind of are like seeing all their flaws, highlighting their flaws to yourself, blowing the flaws out of proportion. This is something that's very meant to be though. But you know, clarity is a big energy here with the Star and the Sun, and it may be exposing to you, or an attempt to expose to you, that you're doing this. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what relationships are all about. It's us with us. You know, what clarity can I get about myself, about the blockages that I have built against love, against emotional contentment with another person, because there is someone standing here offering it to you, or, you know, prepared to. Wow, we have the Ace of Swords. So there's going to be some kind of very clear conversation here. Wow, we have the 5 of Wands with Judgment. So yeah, definitely people are, you know, this person, I feel like, definitely is sensing this or feeling this from you. They may feel a little bit judged. They are also seeing you as a star. They're also seeing you as someone who probably has a lot of options and who is kind of blocked off. It's like there's so many people reaching for you, that, you know, that it feels like you're a little bit off limits. It feels like there were already too many people there trying before this person even got there. But I also feel like it doesn't really matter, because all these people that are trying, you were not interested in. That's why they're still trying. So it's not like you wouldn't clear the deck for someone, but you are just, it also feels like you're having a moment here. You know, like you got other things going on with this Judgment card. It's like you're having this moment where you're rising beyond past limitations. You're experiencing more success, more abundance, more energy of like the spotlight right now, and it's kind of like you don't want to work that hard or have to focus that much on something else. Like, you know, if it works out seamlessly, if it shows up and it fits into your life, okay, fine. But like if you have to go to great extents to like make space for it or to like give it a lot of attention, it's like, I don't know, your life is pretty good, it's pretty full, it's pretty nice. Like you might just feel like you don't want to do it. And I think this person also sees that. You have the World card here, so this has to end. You know, like maybe this person trying, or this person really not knowing where they stand with you, or this person, it's like it just can't go on indefinitely that you have this. I feel like it's a soulmate over here trying. And you know, I would say like maybe this just isn't the right time, but we had the Star card and the Sun, and that's telling me it is the right time, or it could be. So it's happening at this time for a reason. So anyway, it's like I feel this person feels like they just can't keep going like this. So we have the Ace of Swords here. And this is a major conversation. It's one where I feel like this person really hopes for success and victory. I feel like they're really coming into it wanting to get clarity, wanting to get on the same page. I feel like here in this energy of the Ace of Swords, they're much more sure of themselves, they're much more secure, and they're much more themselves. You know, I feel like this energy is going to be different than the energy that they were showing up in the beginning. This very nervous, you know, person who's still got this baggage. You see, he doesn't have any baggage here, you know. So there's a different energy here. They may have actually closed out that cycle, and they may be feeling more confident and comfortable to come forward here to have this conversation and actually have it be successful. They're feeling much more in command of themselves. So, you know, this can even be someone where, you know, you met them a while ago and nothing really happened and you weren't really that impressed, and then now you're meeting them again. Or this could even be, you know, or you've seen them a few times. You have the Nine of Wands clarifying Judgment, and the Five of Wands, which is just saying, you know what, Pisces, you may be a bit of a wounded warrior. You may not have really released something or let go of something from your past. You may not be ready to open up to something. You may be actually closing out your own cycle. Even if you feel like you've already closed it out, you may not have completely. You're a bit guarded here with this energy. The Five of Wands and the Nine of Wands are both really guarded. We've got the Hangman and the High Priestess. You're starting to have some kind of realization. You're starting to sort of rise above these blockages. You're kind of looking back on the past and getting some additional clarity. I feel like, you know, you may have been a bit hung up on somebody, and you may actually know, like your intuition may be telling you, listen, you know, it is time to let this go, or it is time to move on, or you need to give someone else a chance. Like, I do feel like you are getting messages from your highest and best self here with the High Priestess and the Hangman. This is, you know, all Piscean energy right here. And it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, you know, but you've known, I feel like, for a long time, but you know, knowing and then doing are different. I'm also really struck by the two pillars in the High Priestess card and how they really are mimicking this yin and yang card. You know that, like, it is in your highest and best to be balanced. It is in your highest and best to be realistic and to see what's really in front of you, and to sort of take things as they come, rather than forcing and clinging. You know, it doesn't feel good to force things and to cling to things. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel secure. You're giving a lot of power away when you do those things. And so there is this energy of knowing that, you know, sometimes what's in our highest and best doesn't agree with our human desire or what we want as people. And I think, you know, with the Hangman, it's like you may be starting to see some things much more clearly than you did before. And it feels like divine timing is aligning. Do you know what I mean? It feels like you're having some realizations that are coinciding with a certain situation or circumstance. Or like meeting a person or having a certain opportunity with a person. And it's definitely happening this way. These things are not unrelated, is what I feel like I want to say. The Devil. Yeah. There was an ending, and this could be for both of you. But you know, there was an ending in a relationship that I feel like, you know, we had given some power away to. And it made us feel like we couldn't quite process our emotions, or we couldn't quite deal with what was in front of us. And so it has taken a long time, and it has, in some ways, you know, kept us stuck. But it is the natural conclusion. I mean, it is time for this to conclude. We're clarifying the World card here. And it's time for us to be unstuck. And I feel like, you know, with this King of Cups coming out and coming out sideways, it's like we've learned a lot about ourselves emotionally. We've learned a lot about how to, you know, temper our emotions and how to respond but not react, and how to, you know, calm our central nervous system maybe when we're feeling triggered, or, you know, we've learned a lot. We have undergone a tremendous transformation, but we're not meant to stay in this cycle stuck to this energy. We're meant to complete it. You have the Death card and the World card here. It's meant to be done at this time, and to be released and to be let go of, and to be just walk away from it, the living, breathing transformation. You know what I mean? And then you have this Nine of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which is, you know, pre-Empress energy. This is like, you know, you're solid and stable, you've done it, you're attractive, you're attracting things in life that you want to you. This could be even multiple different kinds of opportunities. This person could just be one of those opportunities. But like I said, you know, this is a karmic rebalancing in your life. And so, yeah, like if you put a lot of good out into the world, then that good is coming back to you. So, yeah, wow. I do think there are a lot of people that want to work with you. You're getting a lot of attention, Pisces. People want to know how you do it. You have had all the Piscean cards come out in this reading. You've got the moon here. I feel like, you know, some of you may have a dog, but I feel like there's just this energy of like, just feeling really confused, and just feeling a little bit like, I don't even want to deal with this. But also, you do want it all. You do have a dream. You can see the Hollywood sign on the hill back here. You have a dream, and the dream is, you know, maybe the Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. And it's like, in order for me to have that, you know, I've got to consider all the different ways to get there, all the different paths. You see the road that leads to it. And this is certainly a path that, you know, is available to me, so maybe I need to consider it. With the Three of Pentacles, I feel like when you give this person a chance, or when you allow something, when you allow someone to sort of express their vision and their plan to you, and you contemplate, okay, is this something I really want to collaborate on? Is this someone that I want to work with? you know, she's got a sense of confidence and joy. I mean, look at her smile, and her chest is pushed out, like she's feeling good. She's feeling solid. She's feeling like she knows what she wants, and like she's sure of it. And she has kind of that far away look in her eye, like, I can envision it too. I see it too. I could see it working out. So there's just this energy of feeling more solid and more stable. And that is when things change. You have the Wheel of Fortune with the Two of Wands underneath it. And this person is like, I've been waiting for you to say that. I have been sitting here waiting for you to come to this conclusion. All right, let's see what this is all about. What is the moon? Can I get 2 on the moon, please? Okay. And the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Wow, yeah. So many wands in this reading, Pisces. Wow, yeah. So, yeah, I feel like there is this energy where, you know, we are kind of, with the moon card, you know, this can even talk about subconscious blockages that we hold, that, you know, it's like we're not really aware, but like someone's trying to come together with us in a healthy and balanced way, and we're blocking it, but yet that's our dream. Why are we doing that? You know, and so it's kind of taking a look at that energy, you know, and it doesn't mean that this is the one, right? I mean, for some of you, I definitely think it is, but it can be just that, like, okay, it's time for us to look at this. It's time for this, you know, subconscious block that we've had against, you know, coming together in a healthy way with someone. It's time for us to look at it. It's time for us to let it come into the conscious mind and release it, right? And with the 3 of Pentacles, with the 7 of Pentacles, this is why I say it might not be this person, or it might not be at this time, because the 7 of Pentacles talks about divine timing, but there's something here that's definitely made you feel like, yes, you can share a plan, you can share a vision, and you can collaborate, and you can build something. It's setting you free here, and to build and to grow and to plant seeds where I think you haven't planted them in a long time, or at least a while. And I feel like there is something here where you do have options, I feel like, of people that want to work with you. And I think there is going to be one that stands out above all the other ones, one that you take particular care with and nurture, and one that really, you know, I keep, you know, that smile on her face and that faraway look in her eye, like, you know, I can see it, I can imagine it. And it's kind of like, if it's not here now, it will show up in divine timing. But definitely, you know, we have to release the blockages that we have against love. Temperance is the healthy coming together in a good, solid way, even with boundaries, with another person, right? So this is something that you don't really want to block normally. I mean, you know, do your own thing, but like, this is what most people want, you know what I mean? And not to say that if you don't want it, you're not okay, because you are okay, want whatever it is that you want. But like, when it comes to temperance, this is something grounded and centered that comes together in a very healthy way, a little bit at a time, where no one is giving more than the other one to the thing. And it's divinely brought together, right? So why would we want to block that? And let's let that energy come up from our subconscious into our conscious mind, so that we can release it, so that when someone does come along that we do want to build and grow with, we will and we can. For some of you, it's here, and for some of you, it is this person. There's emotional contentment with another person on the table, for sure, I feel. These 2 dogs, my goodness. They're like the best of friends. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this connection is coming to a point where it's kind of shit or get off the pot. You have the Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and then you have this Temperance and this Hierophant energy, which is, you know, we're either coming together and we're really going to do this and it's serious and we're going to take it seriously and we're going to give it everything that we have and, you know, we're going to commit to it, or we're going to have to walk away. Wow. And oh my God, that could even be the moment of realization with the Three of Swords and the Eight of Cups. It would break my heart to walk away. Wow, yeah. So you have the Ace of Pentacles clarifying the Temperance card, and this is like, you know, a strong and solid offer. This is someone saying, you know, like, oh my gosh, you know, I have to make you this offer, or I have to accept this offer, or, you know, because I don't want, it would kill me for you to walk away from me. It would hurt. It would cause suffering for me if you walked away. So then I guess it leaves us with this energy of making a commitment and to come together, to do this, to take what the universe has given us in each other and do our best to like bring it full circle. Then you have the Hierophant with the Ten of Swords, and it's like, in order for me to commit to this, I have to let go of this super difficult ending. This loss that has plagued me, has held on to me, has not freed me to like be able to move forward. Yep, I gotta heal it. So that when I come together, so that when we commit to one another, there isn't anything standing in the way. There are no ghosts from the past. There is no, you know, oh, you know, I can't trust you because my past person cheated on me. No, we're free of all of those things. And we've let go of the abandonment issue. We can never totally let go of the abandonment issue. It's just part of the human condition. We are always afraid that what we love will leave us, right? And that it will hurt. Because naturally we don't want suffering, and the greatest amount of suffering, I mean, if you watch any like Hollywood movie, I was just watching Yellowstone, and well, I don't want to spoil it, but they were trying to get to a very powerful man, and they were like, how could we hurt him the most? And they had pictures of his entire family laid out on the coffee table. So, you know, love is what makes us vulnerable. Love is what, hey, Buffy. Bubby, it's a squirrel. It is a little tiny squirrel, and you are a big, big boy. That little, and it's outside. Bubber. Oh my goodness. But love is what makes us vulnerable. Love and the idea of losing it, or the threat of losing it, can make us do all kinds of things. And I feel like it is a kind of a come to Jesus moment here with this lightning bolt of just like, I'm not going to let my past dictate my present and my future. I'm taking control back. I am releasing this fear with intention. I am letting this blockage come up, and I am letting it go, because I'm not going to let anything stand in the way of me coming together in a healthy, positive relationship that really has a fighting chance. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to watch someone walk away and let my heart break because I'm too scared to, I'm too scared that at some point they're going to leave. I'd rather heal. I'd rather do the work. All right, guys, this is what I have for you. Now let me get you some messages. You two crazy kids. If you are dealing with a water sign, I thought about reaching out, but I don't know what to say. Bubby, hey. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's a snake. Ah, there's a snake outside my office window. Oh my gosh, you guys. Ew, creepiness. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my God, his tongue is out. Ooh. Oh. Ah. There is like, it's like 3 feet long. Oh my God. Ah, what a violation it feels like. And I know it's probably a good kind of snake. Oh, this thing is so long. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. This week, eclipse energy. Eclipse. I tell you, it's the eclipse. Snakes remind us that it's important to shed our skin. Yeah, you are such a protector. Yeah, I know, Buncher. Yeah. Yeah, you guys aren't going to let that snake in our house, are ya? Okay, well, some excitement there at the end of the reading. It's hard for me to explain things. See, this is someone that's having a hard time expressing themselves. They're getting really in their head. Yep, be patient with me, please. Yeah, look, you're getting you deserve more and indecisive. I got 2 things with that. I got that this person may feel like you do deserve more than they can give you at this time because of where they're at. And I feel like they're coming across like they are indecisive, but they're not. I also feel like you have dealt with indecisive people in the past. You may even tell this person that, and they feel like you deserve more than that, and they want to be the one to give it to you. So, you know, take it as it resonates. All right, fire sign energy. I can't believe, literally, that's the second time I've seen a snake out there in the years that I've lived in this house. My God. Okay, if you're dealing with a fire sign, you are hard to forget. I can't walk away. Suddenly, all the songs I hear are about you. I had no idea you would end up meaning so much to me. Stuck, and we will be together again. If you are dealing with an earth sign, oh my goodness. You're getting cold. You're getting repressing. I am overcoming my fears. Secret. You were so unexpected. The changes are real. And if you're dealing with an air sign, okay, you're getting passion, resentment. Oh, this person wants you and they resent you for it. You are the only one who truly gets me. Yeah, they're just pissed that they can't just walk on. I've been having weird dreams about us. I don't want to let you down. I want to talk to you. Oh, you can probably feel that person thinking about you. All right, this is what I have for you today. I really hope it helps. I hope that it brought you some peace and clarity. If it did, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I do love to hear from you guys so much. And I do appreciate all the support that you give me on this channel. I really do. So thank you. And until next time, all my best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.